4. And at that time were some appointed over the chambers for the treasures, for the offering, for the first fruits, and for the tithe, to gather unto them out of the field of the cities the portion of the law for the priests and Levites. For Judah rejoiced for the priests, and for the Levites that waited.
See, even the obedience of it even opened up jobs and positions for somebody else. You understand? The Bible says the Lord thy power that teaches us how to prosper. When we start obeying him and following things he wants, stuff you never even seen happen will start happening for you. Certain employments, your needs change. So the Lord got to rearrange some stuff for you, because now you're attempting to follow him at his law and not being partial in it. Okay? You got grace now not to be partial in the law anymore. You understand? Get that Zondervan back open. There was one more definition in there I wanted to read. It's number 3 down there.
Tithe. It was a long time before definite legal requirements were set upon tithing.
It was a long time before definite requirements were set on these things. Go ahead.
Hence, customs and paying is varied. At first, the tither was entitled to share his tithe with the Levites. After the Levitical code has been completed, tithe belong exclusively to the Levites.
Tithes belong exclusively to who?
The Levites.
Not Negro pastors. When you do your historical research, Levites is the people in Haiti right now that's going through what they're going through. Those are our priests, people.
Let me read this part, because you got this underlined, but this is deep. If a Hebrew lived too far from the temple to make his tithes practicable, so if a man lived far away from the temple and it was hard for him to bring all the tenth of all those things, because he had to carry it to the temple, it says he could sell them and use the money, right? So now he could sell them, take the money, and maybe get the money to the temple, right? Don't that make sense? He should take it and get the money to the temple. But that's not what it says. He should sell them and use the money to gained to buy substitute at the temple. So take the money and then go buy more corn when you get closer to the temple, or when you get to the temple. Go buy more corn, go get some grapes, go get some animals, go get all those things.
Don't give the priest the money.
Don't give him the money. Don't give him the money.
You exchange your goods and you got a pocket full of cash. You can get a $1,000 line blessing. $500 line blessing. You can get many blessings now.
Yes, you can.
But the Bible say, get a substitute.
Get a substitute.
So get the money back out your hand and take the priest what I told you to take them. You understand?
That's bananas, man.
That's a good precept. You can read that whole law on that Deuteronomy 14, I believe, about a man who got to travel far and everything. Let's go to Tobit. This should be interesting. Let's go to Tobit. And we're gonna kick it out of chapter 1. Just want to point something out. Read verse 6 through 8. Because we didn't cover a few things, so I just want to go over this.
We're in Tobit, chapter 1, verse 6. But I alone went often to Jerusalem at the feast, as it was ordained unto all the people of Israel by an everlasting decree, having the first fruits and the tenth of increase with that which was first shorn, and them gave I at the altar to the priest, the children of Aaron. The first tenth part of all increase I gave to the sons of Aaron, who ministered at Jerusalem. Another tenth part I sold away and went and spent it every year at where? Jerusalem.
So he explaining to y'all what he's doing. He's explaining to y'all that he obeying the law and following it to the T. Keep going.
Verse 8. And the third I gave unto them to whom it was meet.
So there was a third portion of this thing he was giving, and he gave it to some people who were qualified. Let's find out who's qualified. Go ahead.
And Deborah, my father's mother, had commanded me because I was left an orphan by my father.
So who was he giving it to? Fatherless. You understand? It's just he had a deeper connection to being fatherless. So it was more in his heart to actually go and help these people.
Wow.
You understand? Y'all didn't see it last summer. I'm not saying we're probably gonna film it this summer, but when we go out on Sabbaths and minister to these people, we're going to the homeless. We're going to the people in the streets that's sleeping underneath things and got cardboard. We're giving them stuff to eat.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? We're telling them they got refuge coming their way.
Mm-hmm.
We're asking them what shelter you at, what they doing over there, what they talking about. Is it safe? Let's jump to let's go back to Nehemiah 13. Read chapter 13, verse 5. And get Amos 4 and 4. That way we can flip right to it.
Nehemiah 13 and 5. And he had prepared for him a great chamber, where aforetime they laid the meat offering, the frankincense, and the vessels, and the tithe of the corn, the new wine, and the oil, which was commanded to be given to the Levites, and the singers, and the porters, and the offering of the priests.
Pretty self-explanatory. Go back and read that in some of your spare time. Give me Amos chapter 4.
And that shows it's okay to sing, man. We got singers in here, man. Can we get some singers, some Israelite singers, please? I love to hear some. Amos 4 and 4?
Yeah. Amos 4 and verse 4.
Amos 4 and 4. Come to Bethel and transgress at Gilgal. Multiply transgression and bring your sacrifices every morning and your tithe after 3 years.
And your tithes when?
After 3 years.
Your tithes after 3 years. Now, since all the beating around the bush is out the way, let's go to Malachi.
Yes, sir. The favorite book, baby.
Go to Malachi, but we're gonna start in a strange spot in Malachi because I know y'all know the verse. Will a man rob God? Probably been preached to you, feeling guilty when you stop paying your tithes and offerings. You thinking there's some some kind of curse coming on you. But let's see. I'm not a doubter of truth. I know the Bible says you shall be cursed with a curse, but let's get understanding on that. Let's see if you don't give your pastor, who's on one of these inner city street corners, some money from your check. Let's see if you're going to be cursed from that. Okay? Malachi chapter 1. And start at verse 6.
Malachi chapter 1 verse 6. A son honoreth his father, and a servant his master. If then I be a father, where is mine honor? And if I be a master, where is my fear? Saith the Lord of hosts unto you. O priest.
Oh, who?
O priest.
Oh, priests. Now, we've been reading throughout all the Torah, even the Zondervan, that priests are Levites. So, I think it's almost safe to assume that chapter 1 is talking to the Levites. Let's keep going. Finish reading.
O priest that despise my name, and ye say, wherein have ye despised thy name?
What's that? That's the end of verse 6?
Yeah.
Okay, now jump over to chapter 2. So, chapter 1, we kind of got a roundabout idea of who that's directed to. Chapter 2, verse 1.
And now, O ye priests, this commandment is for you.
Oh, Lord. Is that clear as day? O Levites, or priests, sons of Aaron, this commandment is directed to you. Go ahead.
If ye will not hear, and if ye will not lay it to heart, to give glory unto my name, saith the Lord of hosts, I will even send a curse upon you, and I will curse your blessings. Yea, I have cursed them already, because ye do not lay it to heart.
Verse 3.
Behold, I will corrupt your seed, and spread dung upon your faces, even the dung of all your solemn feasts, and one shall take you away with it.
Even the dung of your solemn feasts. That means when you as a people, when it's time for you to eat, say, I will spread dung upon your faces. That's something from the ground. Now, here's a historical fact for you. Because at the beginning I said that Levites were the Haitians. You can still look this up on YouTube. About a year back, maybe a little more, they had to resort to mixing oil and mud and putting that in the oven and eating mud cakes. But this is the same people that I've been telling you from the beginning that these are the Haitians and these are the Levites. Behold, I will corrupt your seed and spread dung upon your faces, even the dung of your solemn feast. I don't know nobody else who eating dirt and it's broadcasted. Bible is too accurate. Too accurate. Verse 4.
And ye shall know that I sent this commandment unto you, that my covenant might be with Levi, saith the Lord of hosts.
My covenant might be with Levi. So he's still talking to the same people. We're talking to the Levites and the priests. Read verse 9.
Therefore have I also made your contemptible and base before all the people, according as ye have not kept my ways, but have been partial in the law.
It's dangerous to be partial, people. You understand? It's dangerous. In the essence of what we're talking about, it's costly to be partial in the law. You can lose and give up a lot of money not understanding our laws. Let's go to chapter 3. Chapter 3. Now we in it now. We in it. So you can't say that this book ain't to the Levites or the priests, because clearly it is.
And you can read all the way through chapter 2, and that's who he addressing.
You can read chapters 1 through 3.
Yeah.
He addressing the priests the whole time. But let's get to the nitty gritty of this. Go down to chapter 3. We in verse 8. No, hold on. Read verse 3 first, just to prove that we still on the sons of Levi.
And he shall sit as a refiner and purifier of silver, and he shall purify the sons of Levi, and purge them as gold and silver, that they may offer the Lord an offering in righteousness.
Levites. Now I'll go down to verse 8.
We had a pastor in verse 6. This is where she told us to switch at. You notice I said she. For I am the Lord, I change not. Therefore ye sons of Jacob are not consumed. And she said that's where it flipped. Like this whole book has been talking about the sons of Levi. And because it said ye sons of Jacob, now it's flipped to everybody. Like, what? Are you serious? Levi is a son of Jacob that he's talking about. Okay, anyway. Verse 8. Will a man rob God?
This got to be familiar.
Praise.
You hear this right before your music directors start playing. Everybody take a seat. They tell you pass out these envelopes, get those filled out.
The music playing hard now. It's getting geeked up.
Make sure your membership number on there so it can be documented. Stand up if you're gonna give $20 today, so you can be seen. Bless your face.
Have your offering and you're dancing with it. Have it up in the air as you're doing the shimmy shake to the side.
We could go on and on. We spent some years in the church, unfortunately.
Yes.
But will a man rob God? Go ahead.
Yet ye have robbed me.
So the Lord is saying someone has robbed him. Go ahead.
But ye say, wherein have we robbed thee? In tithes and in offerings.
His response to the robbery was tithes and offerings. Go ahead.
Ye are cursed with a curse, for ye have robbed me, even this whole nation.
Even this whole nation. Now, we covered in the precepts that the children of Israel had to tithe every 3 years. But if he's saying that the whole nation is robbing him, there's some people not giving up that tithe. And if that's the case, then definitely the Levites ain't got nothing to give up, because the people ain't giving them nothing. Now they got to leave off the whole service of the tabernacle to go till some land. But they were commanded to stay in the temple. Verse 10.
Bring ye all the tithes into the storehouse.
Oh, could this be the treasure house or the chamber? Read that. Start that verse again.
Bring ye all the tithes into the storehouse.
Go ahead.
That there may be meat in mine house.
That there may be money in my house.
That there may be meat in mine house.
Read.
And prove me thou herewith, saith the Lord of hosts, if I will not open you up the windows of heaven and pour you out a blessing, that there shall not